Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome to my victory garden. For those of you that are new here, I'm going to show you what I've been doing over the quarantine break to help keep the food supply going in my house. For those of you that have been following all along since I started my garden 30 weeks ago now, thank you so much for coming back, and we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what's happened over the past week. So let's go check out the victory garden. Alright, so we're going to start over here with the tour of my victory garden. And what we've got here is we have a tomato wall. These are red cherry tomatoes. And I have planted the little marigolds, which are struggling to live, but they're doing pretty good as a pest deterrent. Over here we have some lemon balm growing wild, and what this is, actually this is my throwaway garden, and this is just an area of my property that I just put stuff, whether it's for the bunnies or the squirrels or whoever to have fun with, to try to stay out of my buckets. But one of the fun things that I did do, if you look in last week's video, is I had planted some bell pepper seeds that I had just left over from some bell peppers that I bought before the quarantine, and look at them, they're just coming up like grass. So again, I don't know how long that'll last till the bunnies start munching on it, but we're going to have fun with that and see. That brings us over here to my buckets. And one of the things that I did do this week was I used some of the bamboo that I have growing around here, pieces that have died off and pulled out, and I went ahead and made these great tomato cages. Isn't that great? Look at how tall they can grow. So again, these are still more cherry tomatoes. Over here, I have an eggplant plant that's been growing since the very first week, I believe. And it just has never done anything but just be there. So that's what that is. Celery around that. And over here, I have planted, what was really nice is my husband went to the garden center and brought me home 3 huge bags of the Miracle-Gro potting soil. So I was able to clean up some of the buckets and get some new things started. And one of the things that I'm starting is these are beefsteak tomatoes that I had started from seed. And so they've taken very well, and the squirrels have left them alone. Here is another cherry tomato plant. I do eat a lot of cherry tomatoes lately. In fact, made this last night. A nice sauce out of those ingredients there. The carrots and the tomatoes came from my garden. This is another cherry tomato plant, but it is a super sweet. This one I bought from the store. The rest of them I had planted from seeds. Over here is the Roma Tomato plant, and I do have some Roma tomatoes in the house that are just starting to turn red now, so that'll be exciting. The plant itself, though, had got infested with caterpillars, so I have cleaned up the plant, and hopefully we will see some new flowers and some new tomatoes soon. The bucket of love over here desperately needs to be trimmed back. So I'm going to do that this week. Over here we have the peppers. And it looks like somebody was having fun digging around in here last night. Still a little bit of flowers, but still no actual peppers on those plants. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We have moved over the herb tower, so that's exciting. I've got my Mickey ears now in my garden. With some thyme, and I did plant some dill. Looks like somebody's been down here digging around in the dirt. So we're going to need to put some water on that and see if those come about. I have taken the moringa tree that was over on the other section and put it with this little moringa tree, and I sort of tied them together and made a little arch. Isn't that cute? I am continuing to harvest the carrots that are in this bucket here. This bucket here was my kale, and it was just sort of not really doing much anything anymore, so I cut it all back. I made some kale chips out of the kale that was there, and I have planted a whole bucket here of the mesclun, so I'm excited for that to get going. Let's see. Oh, look at the little kale plant up there. still living, still surviving. And over here, the pea plant is, you know, it's really struggling. I did plant some more. This is one onion that I've got growing here, and I did plant some more onions under here, so we'll kind of see what happens with that. This is the lettuce bucket that I have been eating off of for months, and as you can see, it has gone to seed, and it is just about done. I'm just really scraping off the last bit of it there. These are the two new buckets that I have that are getting ready to get harvested on a little bit. I'll have to go back to eating it in wraps because it's just so delicate that I can't really make a salad out of that. And we have this one over here. So I have some for myself and some to share, perhaps. Over here was a cute little addition that I put in. Going to be my little medical area. So I've started with my aloe right here. I've got a little pot there ready to go. Over here in the Miracle Grow buckets, we have some carrots, more carrots, and then over here we have some more carrots. And I have planted these with a little bit more space than I did the first bucket because I really did plant those too close together and impeded some of the growth. The broccoli is doing very well. I added some more of the potting soil to it, and they're just growing nice and strong. The strawberries, remember last week I had just 1 or 2 flowers, and I've got tons of flowers on here, so I'm excited to see if we get some fruit going in there. Over here was the bottom of the herb tower. When I used to have it, I had that stacked on top of this. But for now, I've gone ahead and opened this up, and I have planted, I put the onions over here. Over there, I just planted the rest of the peas. I really don't think that they're going to do anything over here in this heat, but didn't want to waste, so we're going to give it a try. But over here I have some onions, and I've never been successful with onions, but I thought this would be a good place to test it and to start. So yeah, so that's my tour of my garden. I eat salads from my garden every night. I eat the carrots from my garden every night, and I'm definitely eating the tomatoes from my garden every night. So thank you so much for coming by. Again, if this is the first time you have visited my garden and you want to see how my seedlings pop up, come back next Sunday and check it out. For those of you that have been sticking around since the beginning, you know what time it is. It's critter time. We'll see you real soon. Jump, watch him jump. Oh! Forget the feeling somebody's watching me.